this is Amy. Thanks so much for stopping by. Today I'm going to do another holiday design. This week that's going to be my focus, so hopefully you enjoy that. I am going to start off by using two different flat brushes. The theme for me right now are flat brushes. It's a number 12 and a number 10. These are both FolkArt plaid one-stroke brushes. Then I'm going to be using Thicket, Happy Green, Engine Red, and Wicker White. All of these are FolkArt paints. Some are the multi-surface and some are the enamels. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do, just to get started here, is create some berries on my design before I start painting in the greenery. And I'm just going to do these with a number 10 flat brush using the Engine Red and the Wicker White. And I'm basically just doing little circles with it, or medium circles, not little circles like if I'm dotting, but trying to stay relatively round as possible. And also create an opaque design. As you know, that's my goal anytime I paint something, is for it to end up being opaque. I'm not really into the stained glass look too much as far as my painting on glass. Well, obviously that would be glass, but like for my wine glasses and such, I think that's a totally different look, and one I'm not really trying to go for here with my designs. Alright, so I'm not going to put too much time into my dots, but just want them to come out as smooth as I can. And obviously on paper it's a lot easier when I'm doing my design ideas. And it's okay for it to be reddish pink. It's fine. And I'm going to just do them, and some of them will be overlapping a little. And you can do, take your brush all the way around, just pivot it if you just want to do quick berries like that. You can just pivot it all the way around if you want. But I'm trying to get them opaque looking, so that's why I'm taking some time and actually adding paint to them as I go. And it's okay too if they have a little bit of texture to them. That's perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. Now I will probably do some in random areas. They don't have to be all clumped right together. You can also do this and put in some greenery first. I'm opting to do the greenery after I place these on here. However you want to do it is fine though. Just use your creative eye when you're doing it, and you should be fine. And just put, there'll be a few on here, so it's not going to be just 2 or 3. So this part takes a little bit of time to do. And like I said, you can do it quicker if you just want to quickly put them on. Perfectly fine. But since I'm actually working them a little bit and trying to get good coverage, it just takes a little bit more time to do it this way. And you can even leave it with a little bit of white on it for shadowing, or come back in and put white on it if you want and don't want that look. There's other tools too you can use to make like berry size circles. But I just, like I said, with this design I wanted to use my brush. Just keep building, building as you go. And you do want to try to have them as round as possible. And if you feel like you need to put more red in there, you can. I mean, you could even add some berry wine to this if you wanted to give the berries like a deeper color for shading and not just all this lighter white. I gotta put another one down here. I'm gonna do them in little different clumps. And we'll just keep going with building these. I'm going to put another one up here. Like I said, you can just keep turning your brush if you want to make it. I didn't get all the way around with it, but you can. Turn in your brush. I'm happy with the coverage I'm getting from these. Definitely. Alright, Aroni. Just keep building down here. I'm just going to do a few that come down this way here. Now, one reason why I opted to do these first is because if I'm going to be touching over any green or any other color, you know, that I'd be putting on here, which for this design it's just going to be the greens, it would come up. I would be, as I'm working it, I'd be working the paint below. It would be hard to layer it. So, that's the reason. Okay. Just do a few other, I just hate to have them all kind of clumped on here. I'm going to do one up this side here. Okay. And just bring it around like that. Alright, again, like I said, you can take a step back from this and see where you need to add. If you want to go in and add some more color to it, some more red, throw in some of the berry wine. It's, you know, however you want to do it is fine. Alright, so the next step, I'm going to be double loading my brush, and this is the number 12 flat brush with the Thicket and the Happy Green. And I also might be touching on the side of the Happy Green into the Wicker White a little bit, just to give it a little bit more thickness as I'm doing this next step. And the next step I'm going to be doing is getting in some of my, I guess you want to call them holly leaves, maybe. I'm just going to turn like that. And I'm going to just flop it around here. And go, I do have a little bit of red that pulled in here, so that's fine. And come like that. Now if you want, you can pull a little stem into them, just very lightly. Doesn't have to be anything fantastic. Anything long or in depth. And then I'm going to come back over here. I guess I didn't put my little, and I'm just pulling up, pushing down, pulling up, and pushing down, and then I'm turning my brush. The hardest part for me on these is to remember which direction to go, and then I'm doing points, points, and then coming like that. Now if you want to stretch them out to where they're longer, you can do that. I am just doing it this way because that's the way I like to do them. So have at it. If you have a different way of creating them and you want to share, that would be awesome. I'm just doing it very slowly and then turning it. If you want to just leave them with one side like this, you can too. But this is the part where I have to remember to go like this, and then like that. And you can pull it in together there. And do another little stem in it if you want. And I'm just going to keep going down around these and adding these leaves. And I'm, maybe pulling on a little red, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. If you do, because I'm doing wet on wet, then you might want to hit this with a dryer, like a hair dryer. And I'm trying to keep it a little thin here, just to not paint over the other berries that I have on here. And you can spread these out. I kind of feel like I'm going right around in a circle, but you can spread them out a little bit. They don't all have to be right in this bunch or right around here, if that makes sense. I guess then you can do more humps if you want. I just like to do them like this. I think they're fun. They're fun like this. Alright, so we'll just keep turning them. And if you want to do more, coming down here, you can, certainly. And I apologize, I am left-handed, so if my hand is in the way, I try to adjust for that, since sometimes I don't hit it right. And I just can go come up here, pull it down through here. Now I'm going to do some, because I'm going to do some different leaves with this too, not just all this type. So you can make your leaf bigger if you want to. I'm just doing a few, I keep calling them humps, but a few humps and bumps, and then moving on and finishing it up like that. And then I'm pulling my stem in. Alrighty. And then I am going to throw another one in here. I like to start out with my little V. Bump-a-doo, bump-a-doo, and then turn. And I'm going to do the same here. Do, bump-a-doo, and then finish it off. And there you go. Now, I also want to do some little sprays. I'm trying to keep these thin. Now you can branch them off a little bit if you want. Have them going out like that. And then I'm going to come down here and do the same thing. And I look at these, oops, I'm getting a little thick with them, but I look at these as being little fillers. Little filler branches. So I'm going to come up here, do the same thing over here. I'm going to try to keep it light though. think I pressed too hard on that one. And come up like that and just do a little sprig like that. Just to kind of fill in. We can do 3, we can do however many you want. Whatever you think needs to be on your branches. Okay, and then with this, I'm just going to do, just lightly touch it, touch and pull. And I'm pulling away from the branch, not to it. Depending on how much pressure you give a brush, the size of it, how much pressure you give it, can determine the result that you get. What the actual petal looks like, or the leaf, whatever it is you're doing. Now this one is kind of full. This one down here, I might have it just be a little, maybe not so full. We'll see. See what we have going on here. Now on that one I had my brush going a different direction, so I got more of the lighter green. I'm going to come back in here, tap in some of the darker, just to kind of fill it in a little bit. And you can use a smaller brush. I'm just sticking with one brush. 2 basic brushes for this design, just merely because I don't want to have to stop and wash them out. So on this one I'm going to go back. I like a little bit of the lighter in there, and I show this even on some of my other designs where you can flip the brush and get a different color coming out of it, and that just helps. I don't know, I think it just makes it look prettier as opposed to keeping all one color, but you can do it however you want. I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, so we're going to do this here too. Again, trying to keep it light, not pushing too hard. You can just do them even in a single, like branch kind of deal, without doing it, branching it out into more than one, like I've done on this one. So I'm going to turn the brush the opposite direction that I was doing it in, and then lightly pull some of these other colors through here. I mean, and you can work them as far as going back in and adding to it, making it thicker if you want, or thinner, you know, if you're not happy with it. But I like them. I think it's pretty. It gives a fuller design. Now, I'm not quite finished with it, but as I mentioned before, I'm not going to just stick with the one kind of leaves. I am going to come in here and add some of these, the basic, I guess, one-stroke leaves is what I would call them. And then just lightly tapping in and bring it down here. Just to give it, you know, I like to try to do a couple different types of leaves. I am a big leaf person. If you watch my videos, you'll know that. Love leaves. And then we'll keep doing that. Like I said, it's just an easy design you can quickly do if you're wanting to make gifts for people this year. I mean, I love doing this kind of stuff. I mean, you can paint it on just about any surface. You don't have to do just glass, or you don't have to do glass. Any surface will do. One last thing, and I didn't mention this. I'm going to go ahead and use my dotting stylus and make this more of the traditional kind of look with the red, the engine red, and just tap in some, what I would say, little berries. Little or big, doesn't have to be a lot. I think, of course I love little dots, but I think they give such a neat little feel to a project. Again, just a little pop of color. You got a lot of green going on here. Lots and lots of green. And here we go. And I think very pretty. Very, very pretty. Now, you can also do little stems in between your berries if you want to make them look like they're hooked together or whatnot. I'm not going to really worry about that too much right now, but I think it's pretty. Very pretty. On a, a vase, candle holder, serving dish, whatever you want to put it on for the holidays. Just very easy and pretty. Alright, I hope you liked this video. If you do, please make sure you give me a big thumbs up. And then, subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. Hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever I post something new. And after the video is over, if you would hit that share button that's underneath the video, share this on all your social networks with your friends and family. I would appreciate it, and thanks again. I appreciate you stopping by, and until the next video, you have a good one.